10 things you didn't know about Mikey Williams. Mikey Williams, a freshman at San Ysidro High School, is one of the finest prep basketball players in the country, and his popularity reflects this. Mikey has over 2 million Instagram followers and a friendship with LeBron James and his son Bronny, among other basketball superstars. We know the story of his voyage and how he arrived here. We're going to talk about stuff you never knew about Mikey Williams. Mikey Williams is a 16-year-old basketball prodigy and is causing quite a stir. Many people are interested in him. Therefore, here are 10 Mikey Williams things that you didn't know about him. Number 1. Moving from San Diego to Charlotte. Mikey Williams generated quite a stir in college, recruiting circles, at least in high school basketball circles. Many California high schools had not yet played during the pandemic when he revealed last autumn that he was relocating from San Diego to Charlotte to play his sophomore season. William has family in Charlotte and spent a lot of time here in the middle school, where his star initially rose to play in a summer travel basketball tournament with LeBron James' son, Brownie, while LeBron sat on the bench. He scored 41 points in his first high school game as a freshman and subsequently 77 points before transferring to another school across the country. Even in Charlotte, most people have never heard of it. Number 2. Coming to Charlotte with LeBron James. Milo Williams and Pat McCain are cousins from San Diego who grew up together. McCain's father died in 2015 and he returned home to Salisbury, North Carolina to see how his mother was doing. He was in the sports uniform industry, and while he was frequently visiting the Charlotte area at the time, he spotted a booming Charles sports market and convinced his cousin that I could run a tournament in Charlotte, Atlanta, and then Baltimore. McCain said it was difficult to persuade the family to relocate from sunny Southern California to Charlotte, but they did. He also persuaded Milo Williams to send Mikey to Charlotte for his 5th grade summer to compete in other game conditions. Devin McCain's son is a year older and a grade higher than Mikey, but the two are best friends. Devin currently plays football at Huff High School in Cornelius, but Mikey used to play on Devin's teams, pitting him against older players. Number 3. Social presence and net worth. Mikey Williams is very active on all of his social accounts. With 2.7 million followers on Instagram and 1.5 million followers on Twitter, he also had over 1 million Instagram followers before starting high school, and by the end of his freshman year, he had nearly 2 million followers on Instagram, including rapper Drake and basketball players LeBron James and Kevin Durant. According to his marriage biography, Mikey has an estimated net worth of $1 million, with his basketball career serving as his primary source of income. Number 4. Marital status. Mikey Williams appears to be single at the moment and appears to be more focused on his profession and studies than on being in a relationship. However, there is a rumour that he is dating Deja Kelly. Deja is also a basketball player, but neither has acknowledged or refuted this claim, and others in the internet community assume that his purpose for changing schools is his supposed girlfriend. In terms of previous relationships, Mikey dated fellow basketball player Serenity Johnson, who has gained a lot of attention for exhibiting her lifestyle as a rising star in prep basketball. Number 5. A standout recruit. ESPN and 24/7 Sports rank Mikey Williams as a 5-star recruit and a top 5 prospect in the 2023 class. Before beginning his high school career, Mikey received offers from several NCAA Division I programs, including Arizona and Arizona State. In June 2020, Mikey was offered by several historically black college and university basketball programs, HBCU, after expressing interest in playing for HBCU on social media. Number 6. He worked as a ball boy. All ball boys' roles in basketball is to gather dead balls from the floor and feed them to the bases after a point has been scored. This is normally accomplished by rolling them besides the court, where they perform all of the dirty work of washing towels. They are vital in ensuring game nights run as smoothly as possible for players, trainers and staff by picking up beverage cups and warm-up suits and doing a variety of errands. Number 7. As young as 9 months old. Mikey Williams first held a basketball when he was 9 months old, and he grew up playing with the help of his father and mother. Similarly, he spent most of his childhood playing basketball on an outdoor court in his apartment complex rather than in elementary school. Mikey was frequently involved in confrontations with bullies, and he even served as a ball boy for San Ysidro High School's head coach, Terry Tucker, as mentioned before as well. Mikey Williams also played for the Malcolm Thomas All-Stars travel squad in middle school. In the 7th and 8th grades, he was ranked the #1 player in the 2023 class by the Naismith National Youth All-American Report, and in the 8th grade, he was again ranked the #1 player in the 2023 class. Number 8. Dad could have been Mikey. As a junior at Sweetwater High School in the 70s and 80s, Milo Williams became a legendary high school hooper. The 6'3" Marlo averaged 23 points per game, which equaled him for the country lead. He was averaging 30 points in his first 2 games of senior year, but he was suspended for following 13 games for failing to maintain a 2.0 grade point average. Before graduating from high school, he returned from a suspension and led the team to the playoffs. As a freshman, Williams scored 1,932 points and grabbed double-digit rebounds. He led the club to its first postseason appearance in 10 years, and Sweetwater never missed a game while he was there. But his recruiting was overheard when he was leaving as a senior. According to the San Diego Union Tribune, McDonald's All-American customers, not to mention colleges, abruptly backed off. Williams informed the media that I would never be able to catch up with him. Williams attended U.S. International University near his hometown and later San Diego City College before moving to Baker University, an NAIA school in Kansas where he suffered a back injury that ended his career. Number 9. Mikey Williams' game is comparable to Donovan Mitchell's. The Lake of Norman Christian has at least 9 college recruits on the roster, but Williams is the focus of attention. Check social media before games and the promotional posts invariably include an image of the 16-year-old paired with one of the finest players from the opposing team. According to Rick Lewis, National Recruiting Coordinator for Prodigy Hoops, Mikey Williams' game is quite similar to Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz. Number 10, he's strong, explosive, athletic, yet he's unappreciated as a passer. At 6'3" and 195 pounds, he makes outstanding reads and makes quick throws to open teammates. Williams has a college-ready body and the explosive athleticism that Lewis mentioned, and fans will often arrive early to games to watch his warm-up dunk routines. Mikey Williams' aim is to be a regular child, which is difficult when you have NBA skill at the age of 16. Like Patrick McCarthy did when he became the head coach at Lake Norman Christian in January. The majority of Vertical Academy's players took the court in preparation for their Friday night primetime showdown versus Westtown School at the 2020 Hoop Hall Classic. Almost every one of the 2,000 people in attendance sprang up, phones in hand, ready to film the show. Mikey Williams waited in Blake Arena's depths. Then, to the delight of fans young and old, Mikey made his theatrical debut. He dashed out to the centre of the court, and it wasn't long before he was throwing up self-alleys and executing windmill dunks in front of a packed house. Mikey Williams on day 2 of the 2022 Spalding Hoop Hall Classic, presented by East Bay. The excitement was remarkably akin to when LeBron James appeared in the 2020 Hoop Hall event to watch his son Bronny play for the Sierra Canyon. So, what are your thoughts on this tremendous genius, and how do you believe his future will be shaped?